So Sam, what's been the problem?
Well, how to put it, Simon and his team has been the problem.
Okay, and what's been difficult?
With Simon and his team, well, I'm not sure exactly what's caused it, but certainly just working with them, like asking them their special projects and, regular intervals, we'll want data from them that we share with our customers, sort of internal and external customers. And it's like pulling teeth, really not giving us it when we need it, really dragging their feet, just being difficult.
Oh dear. And what's been the impact on you and on others?
Well, I don't enjoy conflict, so that's been unpleasant. It's been frustrating not to be able to sometimes deliver on your promises to your customers. Our team are obviously not enjoying it, and I think actually the situation is getting worse with them because the two teams are sort of digging their heels in a little bit more with one another, and obviously that has a knock-on effect on other people, customers, etc. as well. So not good news really for a lot of people.
That doesn't sound good. What's helped you get through it so far?
I was thinking I haven't been getting through it so far, but what's helped me get through it so far? Well, I think from my point of view, what I've managed to do, it hasn't been easy sometimes, but managed to, when I've been talking to Simon, I've counted to 10 and I've, kept professional and polite in the way that I've interacted with him, even when I didn't feel like being that way. So that's kind of helped me get through it so far without any major incidents.
And I suppose we all have difficulties with relationships from time to time. When you've had problems like this in the past, what else has got you through it?
That's an interesting question. Yeah, I guess these things happen more than once, don't they? Well, when I think back to my previous job, to any situation that's a bit like this, I think what's improved is making a definite effort to build a relationship generally. Aside from any particular talking point or issue, is actually to take some time to build a working relationship with the person. That seems to have worked really, and it heads off a lot of potential difficulties.
Sure. And if this problem were to disappear, how would things ideally be instead?
Well, we'd be getting information much faster from his team. That's and obviously the knock-on effect of that is we've got happier customers. I think in reverse then, my team would be getting back to him faster because, as I say, they've been digging their heels in a little bit with his. So, and the interaction between the two teams then, better working relationships, more effective in terms of their promises on data, all that stuff.
Great, so that would be the ideal. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how close to that are you now?
Not very close, I would say probably halfway, 5.
So halfway there, what progress have you made already?
That's funny, I was thinking I hadn't made any progress again, but what progress have we made already? Well, beginning of the last week, I did reach an agreement with them that on the project called Newman, I'm sure you know that one, that any request we would make for the data on that one, that he would deliver it back to us within 3 days.
Good.
So that actually was a step forward.
And how did you achieve that?
Well, I think now that I think about it, I decided to go about it in a different way. Probably in the weeks before that, what I'd been doing is going to him and saying, Simon, look, we need this information by, and he seemed to be sort of digging his heels in on all of those occasions. I thought I'd try a different tack this time when I actually asked him. So on Project Newman, what would be a realistic an achievable expectation from his point of view about
Oh,
getting the
okay.
data back to us.
Yeah.
And he suggested 3 days.
Great.
Actually, I was thinking 4,
Were you?
so I actually got a better result by
Good
asking him.
result. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. And have you ever been higher on that scale with Simon? Higher than a 5?
Higher than 5. I was going to say no, but probably in the first few weeks when I started, it was a bit higher.
And
Maybe
what
it
was
like
different?
6 or 7.
What was different then?
Well, it's probably back to what we were talking about earlier. Actually, maybe it was the honeymoon period or whatever, but the working relationship was better. You know, we were actually chatting to one another about various things other than the work, and you know, we were getting on better.
Okay, so let's just think about maybe some next steps for you. What would take you a notch higher to maybe a 6 on that scale?
Well, it's probably both the things I think I've just mentioned.
Yeah.
One is about carrying on with that approach of asking him what he could deliver rather than telling him what I want. I mean, I might not always agree with what he comes up with, but you know, it's worth a try. I think that one, and the other one would be to take the time, maybe apart from the work, any particular piece of work, to build the working relationship with him. Maybe go around there sometimes, just generally seeing how things are going from his point of view with the two teams. Has he got anything he wants to talk through? You know, that kind of thing to build.
They sound like great ideas. And have you got opportunities to do that relationship building,
Definitely.
wandering around, coming up?
Definitely.
Great, good.